sorry. I had to delay this live because I overran my estimated walk time. I went to say hi to Grandma today, and she's doing okay, I think. Obviously getting very antsy because she does not want to be here in New York anymore. She would like to go back to Beijing, but as it is still going to be pretty difficult to get her back there. So that's a life update from me. How's everyone else doing? Just gonna pull up your chat, and I need to drink some water. I'm very dehydrated. I have grand plans in mind today. Whether or not we can enact them is another thing, but welcome. Welcome. I washed Freddy's AeroCat inhaler part yesterday so that he, you know, doesn't have to get old medication stuck on him all the time. Isn't that right, buddy? Are you bored? Are you bored, Freddy? Are you so bored? Are you so bored? Oh, Aaron. Why are you so scared of this, Fred? I got this vanilla goat milk yogurt on discount.
Excellent. What brand?
Redwood Hill Farm.
Okay.
Never had it before. We can have it later. Welcome back, Fred. Oh, you didn't finish the soup.
All right. I'll have it later.
Okay. Okay. Freddy, do you want to come up here? I'll give you a treat. All right. I have not turned on super chats for our lives because YouTube takes a 30% cut, and I truly don't want your hard-earned money going to Alphabet, aka Google, aka the machine that rules our lives. I don't think they need any more money, and I certainly don't need your money because I'm, you know, I got everything that I need right here. And if you do have extra cash and you appreciate these streams, I highly, highly, highly recommend that you donate to local organizations as small as they go. Help some people who need the money, because I don't. Okay, Fred, you want to show the people what you can do? Up. Good boy. Hey. That's treats. Okay. Yes. Very good. Very good. Paw. Very good. Yummies. How do you eat salted duck eggs? You eat it in very small amounts like a condiment. You don't eat them on their own. Okay, Freddy, time for our finale. Come here. Come here, Freddy. Yes, good boy. He will let me hold him for about 5 seconds before he starts freaking out for treats. Isn't that right, Freddy? What a cute baby. All right, Freddy. For that, you deserve all the treats. Whoops, you got it. There you go. Good boy. That's it, Freddy. No more. Thank you for playing. Okay, hope y'all enjoyed that Fred show. Truly has been bringing me joy every day when I get to hold him. Now I'm gonna hydrate, and you should too. And also eat your vitamins, which I'm gonna do right now. And then, spoiler alert, next week I have to start shooting another episode of Budget Eats, and so today I'm gonna try to get rid of some of the perishables in my house. So that's what we're cooking. Whatever I find that needs to go before Monday is going. I was out on a walk today, partially because I needed to go get a PCR test so I could keep visiting Lalo, and also to drop off compost. And also, I wanted to gauge what grocery prices are like nowadays. Let me just tell you, this next Budget Eats is going to be a little hinky-dinky because inflation is not playing around. Inflation has hit Dollar Tree a lot. I would say 80% of the items in that store now are $1.25, so Dollar Tree is dollar no more. And I don't know why, but New York City felt especially gross today. There's like stuff in my eyeballs right now. I don't know what's going on. Maybe we are just starting to lose it collectively as a society, you know? Like none of us give a shit anymore. So we're just like, it's fine. Anyway, our C's and our D's. Get your D's in, especially if you're only taking one walk per week. Green tea. in the thermos. Okay. First things first, we are going to try to make some oven-baked fries with my 2 leftover russet potatoes. And I do have a recipe for this method of cooking potatoes that I will pull up for you right now. Happy birthday, Anna! And good day to biscuits and whiskey as well. Yes, C and B are water soluble. The D is fat soluble, so. Okay. I have 2 potatoes and a ginormous sweet potato, so let's cook them all. By the way, did you know that red bell peppers have more vitamin C content than an orange? Somebody told me that like a couple of years ago, and it blew my mind. I'm actually not sure if it's fake news or not. I think I googled it. I think it's not fake news, but it could be. Sheet tray 1. Sheet tray 2. Hi Fred, did you have a good time pooping? Did you have a good time pooping? Okay. Great. Glad to hear that. Oh. So in the recipe for steak fries, I give the option of keeping peel on or peeling it. I do find that if you peel it, it is a much more satisfying crunch for me personally. It looks a lot prettier if you keep the peel on. As far as sweet potatoes go, I find that the peels make me very, very gassy. They make me bloat very painfully. So it's not really worth the peel experience, personally speaking, but you do you. Welcome, Freddy. I'm so happy you've decided to join us for the meantime. Oh, Jaunty, I'm very sad to hear that. Fred and I are glad you are in the audience. I do keep thinking about these days what it would feel like if I were to be around for when Fred dies. I think especially after experiencing my mom's death. I'm a little less afraid of thinking about it. Like, I remember when we first got Fred and I fell in love with him. I got high one time and I totally lost it. I just started crying and I started like cry yelling at Aaron about how I don't want Fred to die, but you know, more likely than not, Fred is gonna die before I do, but who knows? There's no guarantees in life. Maybe Fred will outlast me. But it's an interesting thought experiment, really, to think about your loved ones dying. It's quite morbid, but I don't know. Maybe it can be helpful. Maybe it can be helpful to imagine the inevitable instead of running away and pretending it doesn't exist as a reality. Alright, is that weird enough for you? Oh. We're gonna boil these first. That we are going to do. My mom always said that my hair looked best pulled back. She was a lady of good taste. She also said I look good with bangs, but I don't think that's the case anymore. Unfortunately, after I hit 28, I started developing the look of age, and it just doesn't really go well with, personally, in my opinion, does not go well with bangs anymore. It just makes me look somehow older when I have bangs, if I'm already old to begin with. Does that make sense? And yes, I know age is relative. Most people are gonna be like, you're not old, you're only early 30s, whatever, but I'm just like, I feel old. I feel very old. I feel like I got very old in the past 2 years. Can you fucking believe that we have not been in quarantine yet for a full 2 years? Like, we're coming up on it. We're very close. For me, I went into quarantine life mid-March. But god damn, it has been so fucking long for a period that has not lasted 2 years. Like, mentally, it is insane to me that we are not at a 3-year mark. How has this only been less than 2 years? And how much longer will it go on for? I have aged so much. And what really sucks, it's still feeling like a curse to me and not quite a blessing. What really sucks is because I've had to make so many videos for Delish, I've had to like confront the fact that I've aged so much, and I look increasingly unhappier with each video, and it makes that reality so much more depressing when you have proof of your decline. But whatever. It is what it is. Okay, so this pot is gonna go on a boil. I'm actually thinking for the sweet potatoes, I'm not going to boil them because sweet potatoes are very different in terms of how they cook than potatoes. I've not tested this recipe with sweet potatoes. Oh my god. This is why I should have used my cleaver, isn't it? Sorry. Hold on. We're gonna have to smash and bang a little bit. You've been warned. The most organic wedge you'll ever find. How do I cut this potato into wedge? Okay, here we go. It's like doing math. You know what? Maybe this is why I got a cleaver. Maybe it's time to use it. Oh! Alright, okay. This is why you have different knives for different uses, folks. These are like very questionable wedges, I realize, but I guess I could chop them in half. We could make more fries type shape. Yes, why not? Why not? Splash of vinegar. Where's my salt at? A little bit of salt. meantime, let's season our sweet potatoes that I'm not boiling. If it's your first live, welcome. Wow, 300 peeps. It's been a while since we have 300 peeps in the house. Welcome. My favorite thing to do with baby red potatoes is potato salad. Or I made curried potatoes on the last weekend's lives. That was good too. I devoured that shit. By the way, 3 different curry powders all mixed together was possibly the best batch of curry powder I've tasted out of my experiments. So, you know, the more the merrier, I think. Alright, we're going to turn on our oven to 425. Yes, that's very high. And we're going to go ahead and toast these shrimp shells that has been dehydrating in the fridge since I peeled them. I made a hands and pans video for Lena's recipe for shrimp creole, and the only shrimp I had accessible to me were shrimp on, like shell on shrimp, so I just bought them like this, and I was like, The shrimp, by the way, were delicious, so I was like, I don't really want to waste this, and I kind of don't want to make seafood broth, but what if I reserved it, and we toast it, and we grind it into a powder? What if? So that's going to go in while our oven's preheating. In the meantime, we're going to smack a lot of oil into this bowl, along with some cornstarch. Yes, a lot. Okay, that's about a 1/4 cup in there. 1 teaspoon. Ooh, who that? Who is that? Yes? Yes, on 3A? Okay, do you need me to let you in because we didn't order the service? Okay, thanks. I think they might be installing it, so that's FiOS. Verizon's in the house. Okay, well. Where was I? Salt. Pepper. Oh, hi Logan. Baking powder, 1/2 teaspoon. Where are you? You know what? I have this dried thyme. I'm gonna put some thyme on the sweet potatoes. Hello, Latvia. Are y'all watching Eurovision? I have a friend who is very, very, very serious about watching Eurovision every year. And I believe today is the day that Latvia competes. Is it still the qualifiers? I don't know what round we're on, but Eurovision. Okay, and the other thing is, I know you put a lot of oil on your fries, but you're also going to be needing to put a lot of oil on your trays. I don't know why they're buzzing, because we don't want no service. I'm not gonna answer that shit, sorry. I ain't got time for you, Verizon. It's about 2 tablespoons on your tray. Yes, this recipe uses half a cup of olive oil. That is correct. This is basically how you get crispy oven fries, is you fry them in the oven. You're just not deep frying them, but you are still very much frying them. You want your tray literally dripping with oil. I'm gonna go ahead and drain. Have y'all seen that Will Ferrell movie that basically uses kind of like a Eurovision-esque competition as the setting? I actually kind of enjoyed it. I used to be a real not fan of Will Ferrell movies, but I think in the absurdity of our current lives, I've come to really appreciate them. So, thanks for making stupid movies, Will Ferrell, I guess. I definitely didn't pick the right sheet tray for this because I don't know if you saw, but there's a lot of dimples in the way the sheet tray got fucked up over the years. So you really want a sheet tray that's as flat as you can get it, because that means more contact with the sides of the fries, which will mean that the sides of the fries get crispy. I'm going to have a lot of gaps on this one, unfortunately, but whatever. I'll deal with it. I am starting to smell the shrimp. It is very shrimpy up in this house. I hope my neighbors don't hate me too much more than they already do. was trying to fit you all on one tray, but maybe we can do it? Maybe we can do it. I'm definitely sacrificing quality, though, if I do this. Do I want to sacrifice quality? I don't know. Wow, they're being kind of annoying today, huh? Maybe don't let Verizon into your building, guys. Maybe don't do what I did. All of this good stuff in the bowl, you want to get it onto a fry because that has both oil and cornstarch, which will really help you get it crispy. Okay. Ta-da! I'm gonna set a timer for half an hour. And we're gonna get to seasoning our normal potatoes. How is Freddy? Freddy, how are you? Freddy, how are you? I think he smells the shrimp. So yes, if you are using olive oil, like real olive oil, these fries are not cheap. It's a lot of oil. I actually tried to feed Fred shrimp the other day, yesterday. He really wasn't that crazy about it. So I think as far as Fred's ranking of seafood, it goes something like sardines, tuna, salmon, shrimp. Shrimp is dead last, for sure. I totally forgot to keep my hand clean for the pepper grinding, so we're just going to use some of Mom's pepper mix on these. Shrimp is actually not fatty. As far as I know it's high in cholesterol, but I think as far as like actual dietary fat, shrimp is pretty low. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong though. Do Sichuan peppercorns need to be treated, toasted, soaked, shelled? Some people say to take out the black kernel that might be in some of your pods. Very not tasty. very gritty, very dirt-like. I don't know if they need to be soaked, and I mean, my mom would probably say yes, don't trust anything that comes from China, but it's going to be a pain in the butt if you have to soak it, because then you have to dry it. And yes, like all spices, they do taste better after they've soaked. So that is up to you. You can, of course, use them unsoaked, but they will always taste better once they are soaked. I can't remember if it was someone on this live who recommended me What We Do in the Shadows, but Aaron and I have been enjoying that show very, very, very much. It is so extremely well made. It is so extremely comical. It is so stupid and so well crafted, and I feel like very rarely do you see a show that is that well crafted on such a stupid premise, and like such a stupid, like every episode is dumb. There's a lot of middle school grade comedy, like very scatological, very like, I don't think they've made any Yo Mama jokes, but the vibe is very much like that age range of maturity. But it is just delightful. If you're looking for something to kind of whisk you away into escapism, delightful, playful escapism, I highly recommend What We Do in the Shadows. And I think once in a while, especially now in these times, we need some escapism. Oh, very likely that I toasted and ground some citron peppercorn on Budget Eats, of course. Very, very likely. Do we have a spammer in the comments? Sorry, my hands are oily now. I can't jump to the deletion just quite yet. Hi, Elizabeth. I think we lost our wave of mods, especially with this new time on the weekends. I don't think our old group of mods frequent these as readily as before. We'll just have to fend for ourselves now. Oh, hi, Laura. Oh, not much. I just thought I saw some spammy comment. Couldn't really make sense of it. Not very serious. Okay. Well, I'm going to keep that just in case we need to boil anything else today. me some questions?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do we have active dry yeast?
Yes. No, we have instant yeast, same thing.
Honey.
Yes.
Baking flour.
What?
Baking flour.
We have bread flour.
Kosher salt.
Yes.
Olive oil.
Yep. I know you want to make focaccia, Aaron.
I'm just making sure we have everything.
Yeah, we have all of those. You said it was the easy recipe. We have ingredients for focaccia.
Okay, cool. Can I do it now?
No, you can't do it now. My kitchen is not big enough to accommodate us both. I also feel like we always get in spats when we're both on the live, so I'd rather just have this as a alone time. But I can give you a time frame. Do you want to do it at 4?
Sure. So let's work out at 4.
I don't want to work out at 4. I don't think I'll be done with the live at 4, which is why I gave you the time frame at 4. I think at 4, I'll be mostly done with cooking my stuff, and you can come and do your bread, but I don't think I'm going to be ready to work out at 4. If you use a lot of olive oil, I recommend that you go to a Mediterranean store. There's a lot of them in Astoria. They'll often have big tins, like 1 liter, 2 liter tins of olive oil that are really good quality, some of which are DOP, and they're quite affordable. So that would be my recommendation. I would not, like the other commenter said, trust grocery store brand olive oil. Most of them are adulterated olive oil. They're not true olive oils. Especially brands like Botticelli. If you buy it, you taste it, you can sense that there's nothing in there. I don't know why I've not put this in. I'm putting it in now. Okay. I mean, I feel like Delish would buy me stuff if I asked for it. I just don't ask for shit, guys. I don't know if I need anything. I've also been in such a state of uncertainty with my life. Like, I didn't know if I was gonna move. There's just no point in renovating any of this shit, you know? Anyway, shrimp shells. Crunchy, crackery. Can they be eaten? Probably. Yeah, they can. I was gonna make mochi stuff, but maybe we'll just eat them. What do you think? Huh. No point in putting more ingredients in here if this is already a chip, right? Right, Fred? He's very confused. He's like, clearly, this smells like it would be food, but it does not look like food. Aaron, do you want some random shrimp chips?
Oh, thanks.
I would never eat shrimp shells on their own. They're quite hard to chew and swallow. I recommend that you toss them in a little bit of olive oil and season them. They're not terrible as is though. What else did I say I was gonna cook? Aaron, I have this big bowl that has olive oil, a little bit of salt, pepper, and dried thyme remnants in it. Do you want to use it for your bread flour dough?
Yeah.
Okay. You can come make the dough now then, because I don't think I'm gonna do as much cooking as I thought I would do.
They will be really quick.
I'll pull out. You said olive oil, butter, bread flour, yeast,
Honey.
honey.
That's it.
Okay. How much butter do you need?
4 tablespoons.
You're gonna have to defrost some of your Vital Farms. We don't have enough. We have 2 tablespoons butter. You can substitute the rest with lard if you want. We have a lot of bacon fat.
Sure.
That would help me get rid of a jar too. I can't hear you. How do you make garlic powder or onion powder? You don't, just buy it. Like, literally so much work goes into dehydrating. You have to buy a dehydrator, or you have to sun dry them, or you have to toast them, or you have to microwave them. You basically have to dehydrate the garlic and the onion and then pulverize it. That's how you make it. It's not worth it if you need onion powder or garlic powder, unless you're a farmer or a gardener with a lot of overflow for that kind of produce. I don't think it's worth the effort. Delish is not my channel, guys. I do not ever want anyone to think, oh, you remember when you were smelling melted plastic the other day?
Yeah.
Just found this on the stovetop.
Is it melted plastic?
It looks like melted plastic.
Freddy's been here, hasn't he?
Delish is a YouTube channel run by the food media company called Delish, which is owned by Hearst Magazines, which is owned by Hearst. And Hearst is one of the biggest media publisher, TV They own a lot of stakes in healthcare shit too.
I can use this bowl, you said?
Yes, that bowl is delicious flavor. Hearst is a huge corporation. They're basically on the same level or even bigger potentially than Condé Nast. They both have magazine brands, which Delish falls under as a brand. But Hearst goes way beyond magazines. I mean, Delish is mostly digital. We have a quarterly magazine now, but we didn't used to. It's massive. Their power is massive. That's why our unionizing efforts are being just stumped, frozen in place, because they have the money to burn on anti-union lawyers. Because if they allowed us to have a good contract in place for their workers in the magazine division, imagine the repercussions that would have on all the other divisions that Hearst owns. They don't want to set that example, so they will do whatever it takes to smash our union down to as useless a unit as possible, which just means we just have to keep going at it, because if we win a good contract for our union, that not only means that Hearst employees everywhere will get probably more encouragement and more willpower to unionize their divisions too. It will also have a
This
major...
is the same weight as Active Dry, right? It's the same.
Don't go by weight.
Oh, on
What
the
does it
recipes
say?
by weight.
What does it say?
1/4 ounce.
A 1/4 ounce?
Yeah, that's one packet.
So that's 7 grams. I would go with 2 teaspoons.
Okay.
This stuff is very active. I would go...
Less?
I would
Because
go...
it's less than that. Less active.
Just
or
put
more active.
1.5 in and see how much that is. Go.
They only have Imperial, so I'm doing that.
It's 7 grams. 1 packet is 7 grams.
Okay.
It's not going to register 1/2 ounce? They call for 1/2 ounce?
1/4 ounce.
Stop. That's 1.5 tablespoons.
Okay.
So like, that's the maximum you would get out of the packet, I think.
Okay. I'm just following instructions.
How bubbly, can I see their end result? Can I see what their crumb looks like? I just need to see how bubbly it is. Because the more yeast you put in there, the more bubble structure. They don't have a crumb structure photo?
No.
Okay, well, I'll just give you 7 grams then.
Thank you.
Okay, oh my god. Too many people. Too many people in the kitchen.
Well, 3 including 7.
It's already too small for one person, honestly. But anyway, I'm smelling my sweet potato fries, and I need to take a look.
That was great.
We're gonna give them a little flip. I wanted you to use the other, honey. Fill this up. How much water are they calling for?
2.5 cups.
2.5 cups.
Right.
That is 480 plus 120, 600 grams. Or 20 ounces. Oh, I was telling you to fill it up for your uses.
Oh.
So you don't have to use a measuring cup. 2.5 cups is 20 ounces or 600
I'll
grams?
just go, they're saying cups for this, so I'm gonna do cups.
Why won't he listen to me?
I'm following the instructions.
I'm telling you the instructions, just in different units.
Why would you confuse things like that? Why would you overcomplicate things? I have instructions in one unit, and you're like, I'm gonna help Aaron by
Because
telling
that
you
happened.
completely different
Can you
units.
fish a spoon out? It's not that complicated. Now you have to do 2.5 cups with a measuring cup. Guys, this is why I wanted to be alone on the live. I know my strengths and I know my weaknesses, and my weakness is being on the live with Aaron at the same time. There's just something about someone being in your physical space that starts to like crunch down. I think that's part of the reason why I hated New York for so long. Maybe about 6 or 7 years ago, I had a phase where I was like, Aaron, I need to get the fuck out of New York. Like, I need to leave the city forever and ever. And we went to a few trips to the Pacific Northwest to see, like, if I could make it elsewhere. I mean, the food scene does not compare to New York elsewhere, but I legitimately was like, I need to leave. But I never left. For better or for worse. I know I told him to come, but there was a part of me that was like, that's a bad decision. Anyway, I'm just gonna eat my apple. I am always mean to him, huh? Yeah. Tell me what you really think. Is that the worst thing that can happen, though, is me always being mean to Aaron?
Yes.
Then why are you here, Aaron?
I'm just trying to make some focaccia, man.
No, I mean, why are you here in the relationship? In the living situation? In the friendship?
Because you're really only a dick to me recently on the lives, and I don't know why.
I don't think that's true. I think I'm a dick to you many more occasions outside of the live. You washed it, you try it, buddy.
I didn't use it.
Then why did you wash it? The lack of autonomy. I think it's really about how I have control over the lives, and these lives are like one of the few things in my life that I can control now. So when Aaron comes into the picture, it's a source of major unpredictability. What do you need?
Nothing.
You were touching the timer.
That's perfect. I was going to set a 3-minute timer.
For what?
It says to wait 5 minutes to see for it to...
It's fine. Just do it. I promise you it's fine. This is not active dry, so you don't need to wait. It's instant.
Okay.
And I've been using it to make our bread, so it's alive. So yeah, that's why I'm a bitch. Because I would like a little sliver of control in my life. These lives are one of those little slivers of control that I have. And as soon as anything or anyone comes to ripple through that solidity, that's a triggering point, isn't it? Bone app doesn't give you grams.
625.
Why do they give you grams on dough but not anything else?
I don't know.
That's really dumb.
Take it up with Brad.
It's Brad's recipe?
No, but he works there.
That's like saying Delicious June's channel. Brad isn't Bone app. Bone app isn't Brad. We're just little tiny pawns in the grand scheme of things. You know, some people can't handle the bickering, but like...
Bickering.
What? What do you mean?
It's not bickering, it's you yelling at me.
Well, that too is part of the bickering. I think there is a organic imbalance in our dynamics that it is always me who is the offender and Aaron is the one who just sits quietly and takes it. But I don't like that dynamic. I would like for him to fight back. I would like for a more even bickering. But you don't always get what you want. Hello. Do I know what Aaron's shirt says? Yes, it says 纽约大学, which is NYU. And it says New York University in Shanghai, 纽约大学上海中心. He's a lover, not a fighter, or he's just scared of conflict.
This is Morton Kosher, right?
No, that's Malden. We don't have Morton Kosher. We
Okay.
only have David Kosher.
Diamond Crystal is fine too, which is the closest.
We don't have Diamond. We have
Okay.
David. You can use David.
That'll work. That's about the same as Diamond Crystal, salt-wise.
David is out on the...
Oh, it's here.
No, there's a small spice jar.
I can use this one.
I'm just gonna be quiet now. I can't. I can't. Yeah. I find it fascinating, by the way, how many people who watch these lives say that whenever Aaron and I get into a tug-of-war, they feel uncomfortable and it stresses them out so much that
Watch
they have
something
to...
else.
That they have... No. Can you not... Aaron, I would like to finish my sentence and I would like you to not interject your opinions in the middle of mine. I was going to say that... I mean, of course, you're free to watch something else anytime. But also, if I were a viewer, I would live for these moments. Because I want to see what kind of other shit people get into with each other. You know, like, when else are you going to see people get into disagreements and fight? When else are you going to be able to, like, enjoy anonymously the consumption of other people's conflict? Isn't that what everybody wants? Is to just be like voyeurs in drama? I thought that's what our internet culture is all about. The way we have like, call out culture and cancel culture and all of that. Like, we love butting our own opinions into strangers' lives now, don't we? So very fascinating, especially for a crowd who likes to watch live streams. too. Like, there is something uncontrollable in a live stream format to begin with. It's just fascinating. But, you know, if you don't like watching conflict, don't watch it. Can I ask why you need another bowl?
It says pour 4 tablespoons EVO into a big bowl that will fit in your fridge because it's going to rise a lot.
Okay, don't use the bowl. Use the salad container because the bowl won't fit in the fridge, and they're probably going to tell you to cover it with plastic wrap.
Okay.
So can I move your ham into another container? This one will
Sure.
fit your dough.
I'm going to slice that now, actually. How much of that do you want to keep for yourself? The rest I'll slice now.
You can slice it all.
Okay.
Yeah. Don't put plastic on the stove.
Okay.
You can put the cutting board on the stove, but don't put plastic on the stove. Don't put plastic on the stove. Let me move this. And you need your fat melted?
My fat melted?
Yes, you need the fat
I'm
melted.
not sure if I'll need it yet. I'll have to read.
I think he
Not
said
sure how
put
long it's
4
gonna be.
tablespoons olive oil in a bowl.
Yeah, but I don't know. Yeah, 4 tablespoons.
When does the
of
butter go in?
I don't know. I'll have to read. I don't know how long it'll rise.
By the way, number 1 tip of cooking and following a recipe that neither I follow nor Aaron follows apparently is you always should read the recipe through just so that you know what you're getting yourself into. Like, you might be missing out on ingredients, you might be missing out on equipment, you might be missing out on total amount of time that you might have to sink into a recipe. You might be like 3/4 of the way through and then it calls for 3 hours of chilling and you're like, well fuck, I'm actually leaving, I don't know, for the airport in 4 hours. But you get the idea. We go into the office if we need to be in the office. Hearst is trying to mandate a company-wide return to work partial schedule of like 2 to 3 days a week. The union is fighting against that because we've had people permanently relocate in the pandemic. Hearst is now trying to get all of those people to move back to New York City, which is like incredibly dumb and destructive to people's lives because it sounds like they are soft threatening to fire people if they don't move back to New York. But especially for people who have moved with their families into another state, it's just so incredibly unfeasible for them to move back to the city, especially if their position doesn't need to be in person. Our entire video team has massive computers that they can't really feasibly lug back and forth between their home and the office. So video team has been given permission to work from home completely. Why wouldn't you extend that ability to everyone else if they don't need to be in the office? Again, I think it all comes down to company politics. It also comes down to real estate valuation because if they don't have anyone in the Hearst Towers in Midtown Manhattan, it's gonna look really bad. And you know, it has nothing to do with work output. It has nothing to do with the well-being of workers. It just has to do with the company's bottom line, as is always the case. So.
Where'd you get this ham?
Key food.
Nice. What brand is it? Foresight or something?
I don't know.
It's decent. I like
Yeah,
it.
it is decent, and it's nice and fatty too.
Yes.
Can I open the oven, please? Lots of oil. This oil, I'm willing to bet Aaron can use in his bread dough too.
Yeah.
It's gonna be tasty. Oh, so by the way, did you know that we are not allowed to use Tasty at Delish because it's a competitor? Very dumb,
It's
right?
spelled different though.
Is it?
Isn't the
Tasty is spelled like the word tasty.
thought it was spelled T-A-S-T-E-E.
No, I don't think so.
You want some ham bits?
Not now, but thank you.
One slice?
Nah, I'm good. I need to cook my other shit. I'm scrolling back up and reading all your comments about the dynamic between Aaron and me. It's very fascinating. I'm soaking it in. I'm not gonna swallow it. Might be kind of like a chew and spit situation, but very fascinating to observe outsiders take. By the way, we are getting close to our 1 year anniversary of going live on YouTube.
Are you at 50K yet?
No, I'm not at 50K. I'm at a very ominous number, 44.4, which is like terrible in Chinese culture to have that many fours in a row. fry?
No.
Is it salty enough?
Actually, no. It's a little.
Okay,
Little
throw some
less
salt
salt.
on it for me, please.
No, let me finish this bite.
Okay.
I think it might be okay, because it's going for that sweet and salty thing. I think it's a decent balance now. It's not as savory and salty as regular fries, but you are going sweet potato.
Okay, regular fries are coming
Oh, cool.
in like 5 minutes. Those
Yeah,
sweet potato fries are for me.
These are great.
Shamima, what issue did Tess have? Like arguing with her partner? It's very interesting too because Slightly Kosher is an edited video. Obviously, there's no editing in these lives, so the dynamic is way more unadulterated here too. Obviously, unadulteration doesn't mean that you can't play up or down the conflict. You can just as easily make the conflict seem worse by editing it a certain way.
I love adulterating. I'm a big adulterer.
Okay, Aaron. Jesus Christ. You can see a layer of thin cornstarch. Oh, aha. Uh-oh. Ooh. Very oily. The sweet potatoes are hot. What?
There's not any rescuable olive oil on that, is there?
No, the sweet potatoes are a very, very interesting creature. They absorbed all of the olive oil after it came out of the oven.
Yeah, it was super.
There was a lot of oil on the tray, but now there is no olive oil on the tray. They have absorbed it. It is very interesting if there's ever people who comment on how much of an asshole a man is being to a woman in the relationship. I don't know if I can think of any. Is there an invisible double standard? I'm not sure. Or does our society just prize non-conflict? And therefore, in a lot of viewers' minds, Aaron is the one that's being right. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying, not from the way I see it, Aaron is being quiet. That's not necessarily a good thing for me because I like discussion. I like conflict as long as it's not like completely hurtful, unreasonable conflict. I want there to be conflict, maybe a little bit painful and uncomfortable, but you reach a resolution through that conflict. But I think especially for a lot of like white America culture, there is a emphasis on not talking about shit. Just pretending it never happened. Just pretending everything's peachy, everything's fine. And just sweep it under. And then everybody's fine. Everybody's friends again. Everything's perfect, right? No cracks.
How does my globule look?
Very globule.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
That one was you.
Right.
I left it flat.
I don't know why I'm doing this with my fingers, because it's hot as hell. Can you move a little bit? Ooh.
It says 8 hours, up from 8 hours to a day. So either cook it tonight or tomorrow.
Okay.
Thank you, everybody. This was really fun.
Do you want to fry? Are you not gonna wash? I'll wash it.
Oh, sorry. Oh no, I got it.
I got it.
Yeah, regular fries.
You need
Where
to
it's
let
at
it
for me.
cool a little bit. Why don't you take a plate, grab a few, get your ketchup, and then you can enjoy it in the comfort of your own seat. Yes. Remember we bought it because I thought I was gonna have to make barbecue sauce?
How many do you want?
I have my sweet potato fries, so you can.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Grab the two crunchies.
These?
Yeah. Don't you like crunch?
I sure do. Look at how beautiful these are. Where's the focus? About there? Yeah. Completely covered in crispy, oily, herbally saltiness everywhere.
There's also, you know what just occurred to me too, though? There is a part of like white American culture that is kind of exploited for conflict and conversation. All of a sudden, I just remember Jerry Springer. Like, that is very much, I feel like, a part of the American canon that is relegated to like trashiness. You know, like everyone who appears on Jerry Springer is trash. That seems to be the premise of the show. Like, they all have some.
Shows about rich white housewives in Florida who bicker all the time. Or
That's true, but I never
real
watched.
estate ones.
I never watched the Rich Housewives. But I also wonder what part of like disagreement and outright fighting is perceived to be lower class and therefore shameful. You know? Fascinating.
Did we never open this?
We never opened it because I never made my barbecue sauce.
Didn't you watch the real estate ladies?
Yeah, Selling Sunset.
Yeah, is there like drama on that?
Yeah. And she's always the villain. But she is kind of like, am I the blonde bitch in Selling Sunset?
I've never seen a second of the show, but I'm gonna say yes.
Okay. Cause she's really something. I would not want to be the blonde bitch in Selling Sunset, but if I were, I might have to think about not being the blonde bitch from Selling Sunset anymore. Has anyone seen Selling Sunset? I've only seen the latest season. I was very addicted to it. But there is a lot of work to be done with her. Maybe I am her.
Hell yeah. Ketchup farts. Yes, I like ketchup. Stop judging me.
Effie, I don't need my dough anymore. I just let time do the work.
I'm gonna drown my fries in ketchup.
I'm so happy for you. So when does the butter happen?
At least 8 hours from now, so we can put it away.
Okay, can you put it away for me then?
Oh, there's your salt. On the right.
Yeah. Where did my... Oh. Anyway, I'm not opposed to being labeled, you know, the blonde lady from Selling Sunset, but...
Can we give her a name so we don't have to call it?
I don't remember. I don't remember her name. I don't remember any of their names. I'm very sorry. Like, the show is very much about who they are in terms of what they look like and what they used to do. The only person I can identify is like the former soap actor. Christine.
Do you have your vitamins today?
I did. Thank you. Can I show off your bowl of ketchup slaughter?
Mm-hmm.
Slaughter fries. Did you have fun fighting with me while making bread dough?
I wouldn't call it a fight.
Okay. So it's not a
some
bicker,
reciprocity.
not a fight. Wow, okay. Maybe your reciprocity is just silence. And you're using that as a shield. Have you ever thought about that?
Have a good live stream, you.
It is kind of infuriating when you want to fight with someone and they won't fight back, isn't it? It's very unsatisfying. Wow. I'm not recipe testing, I'm just eating. Here's the potato, not the sweet potato. Here's a sweet potato version that we didn't boil beforehand. And this is the fry as made per the actual recipe. Have you tasted it? He's ignoring me. I'm very relieved to hear that you don't think I'm Christine, because Christine is very scary. One gets the feeling that there is no salvation for Christine. Have you ever had a Christine in your life? And if so, how did you handle that? Because I can't imagine having a Christine in my life. I would lose it. Here's what I'm gonna do. The potato tray still has quite a bit of oil. It does not absorb the way sweet potatoes do. I'm gonna move the shrimp shells onto this oily tray, and I'm gonna let them soak up the remaining olive oil and the seasoning that's on here. Yes, shrimp shells are extremely good to use in soups and stocks. They can be very flavorful. But they are also a very good source of calcium, I believe. Don't quote me on that, I'm not a scientist.
I'm back from my fries.
Yes, please take while they're still hot and crisp. I'm so happy you're eating them. The sweet potato ones are so oily. I did not expect them to absorb oil like that.
Oil sponge.
They're so oily. I'm basically drinking a cup of olive oil with my sweet potato fries.
Oh, yeah.
What? Oh. Does he look interested? I think he likes sweet potato actually. Do you want to give him a little bit?
Sweet potato is good for cats. I don't know about the fried version covered in spices and oil, but
The inside is fine. Freddy! Can you help me drop this tray back into the oven?
This is hot.
Not hot. Middle shelf. Thank you.
Dehydrating shrimp.
Just a little bit.
Freddy. Is this his treats?
No. Those are grandma's containers that I need to wash. Happy birthday, Kayla.
Oh, I can show off our new trick.
I showed it off already.
Okay, well, I just do it in.
Good night.
He would never let us do this earlier. But he doesn't like to eat when he's being held. I think it's because he's in a constant state of terror, and he can do nothing but internally scream while he's being held.
Let him down. So I can feed him.
No, I keep him in his state of terror. Okay. Here you go, Freddy. I'll give him a treat for that.
He likes sweet potato. Let me feed him the sweet potato first. Oh, now he's not gonna want the sweet potato.
I spoiled his sweet.
He'll always want more food. He's spread.
Existentialism talk? Haven't we been doing that this whole time? Ow, Fred. Ow.
An idea for a live stream is trying our giving him unlimited food and seeing how much he eats.
I don't want to kill our Fred on live stream.
We're curious if Fred has will actually stop himself like cats are supposed to do from overeating.
Because he's so food insecure. Fred doesn't ever get the chance to jump up to our plate because we don't eat at the table. So he hasn't ever had the chance to take stuff off of our plate. But I feel like he certainly would if he were given the chance to. Do you want more sweet potato, Fred? Do you want more? That sweet potato was the size of 4 normal sweet potatoes. I don't really know what's gonna happen if I eat the whole tray, but I feel like, can you stop, Fred? I need to take the pepper off. The amount of fat in these fries are what's making them completely creamy and addictive. Like, they're just so good. Bye, Linda. All right, last bit, Fred. It is almost 4 in MIC.
June, I ate them all.
Me too.
No, you didn't. I can see them right there.
I'm starting to eat them all though.
Is my bread risen yet?
Not if you put it in the fridge.
It told me to.
It's probably an overnight bread recipe. It's a no need, right?
No need.
Right.
No need to need. Wow. It's
You want more sweet potato?
my baby. No thanks.
Fred, you made a mess on the floor. All right, y'all. That's pretty much it. I'm probably gonna eat some oatmeal now, but it's gonna be very boring. Let's see. Tomorrow, if I go live, I probably need to cook off some celery, some scallions, some parsley, and a little bit of mushroom. That sounds like something that could be really good with a little bit of ham that we have a lot of. So, your clue for the next Budget Eats theme is that I can't use onions, garlic, scallions, or most mushrooms. What am I making? You tell me.